You're teaching me neurology. No, I'm not teaching you neurology. I'm teaching you life, deep level life miracle experiences. If you want to succeed and move to the next level, create super tribe. How do you create super tribe? Today I'm going to talk about one of the most profound miracle in human experience itself. It's called the proximity miracle. So I'm going to talk about the 3 steps by which many people who are average, dumb, not very much intelligent, not like capable, not looking good, like not very sharp people become really successful. Almost you feel like they're lucky. You don't even know what happened. They became like automatically successful with almost no effort. Why is that happening? I'm going to give you a scientific reason why it's happening. I'm going to give you 3 steps on how to do that, implement that in your life, so you could be part of this fascinating thing called proximity miracle. Let's get started. 1, understand that your brain is not just your brain. What does that mean? It sounds really complicated. My brain is inside my head. Right? Yes, your brain is inside your head. Imagine that your brain is a computer and my brain is a computer. So you have a brain, I have a brain, we have 2 computers. What if they're talking to each other? What if they're talking to each other? Could you really say that, like, if it could communicate like internet, like you send an email, I get an email, you send me a text, I send you a text, I could send you a picture, you could send me a picture. If that's the case, what does that mean? It means that they are connected with each other. So same way, your brain is connected with others. What does that mean? It means that there are neurological ways in which your brain is connected to each other. What does that even mean, right? Like, what do you mean connected? My brain is inside my head. Yes, I understand. There are 3 types of neurons in your brain that is helping you connect with other people. It's called social intelligence neurons. So there are 3 different types of neurons. One of them is called spindle cells. By the way, if you don't know what neurons is, neurons are the cells in your brain. You have around 100 billion neurons in your brain, and neurons are these tiny cells inside your brain. You have cells and neurons. Clear? Okay, so these 3 types of neurons, the first type of neuron is called spindle cells. What does spindle cells do? Spindle cells are designed to understand what other person is feeling. Like, for example, another person is looking like smiling and everything, but they have tears coming on their both sides of their eyes. You could look at them and you could see that, oh, they're feeling sad. They're smiling, but if you bring a robot in front of them, in front of her, you were like, oh, this person seems to be happy. But a human can recognize another person's sadness. Why? Because we have spindle cells. That's number 1 type of neurons that is connecting your brain to another brain. And why are you learning this? Because this is a fascinating way that you could dramatically shift everything starting today, your business, your life, everything, right? So the second type of neurons is called mirror neurons. Mirror neurons are the neurons that will help you connect and experience what they are feeling. Imagine somebody is crying and you actually feel some sadness, especially if they're crying like really deep, you'll actually feel their sadness. If they're laughing hysterically, you will feel them laugh. Even if you have a small smile, like if a comedian is laughing a lot, you might actually laugh with them, right? So you have the capability of connecting with that brain and connect it with you. Imagine that somebody else is eating an ice cream. Classic example. This is how we found out mirror neurons. So there was a scientist doing an experiment on monkeys, and these monkeys had electrodes connected to their motor neurons. Motor neurons are neurons that are used for moving your body parts. So monkey had these electrodes connected to their motor neurons, and what happened was, when the scientist came back, he went to get an ice cream. Not a very good healthy diet probably, but he was eating an ice cream, and then he put the ice cream to his mouth. The motor neurons in the monkey's brain triggered, which means it got activated. So monkey didn't move its hand or body, anything. It cannot even move, but its motor neuron triggered. Why? Because it imagined in its mind, it used its mirror neurons, and obviously monkeys have mirror neurons too. It used its mirror neuron to connect with the scientist so that it also feel like eating an ice cream. It's fascinating, right? So that's what happened. So humans, we are always doing this, and the final type of neurons that connect you with other brain is oscillators. Oscillators are those type of neurons that will actually get you to do something about it. So imagine that somebody has a knife. And then that's an information, and you're looking for what are they feeling, and you feel like, oh my gosh, that person is feeling angry, right? And then you're like, okay, you are feeling what they are feeling. You are feeling their anger. You are feeling confused. When you feel anger, you might be like scared, fearful. And then what do I do about it? And then you are about to get the knife, and then you realize that's your 3-month-old kid who's having a plastic knife. That's not a big deal. So you don't need to do anything about it. That Discernment comes from oscillators, being able to act intelligently. Right? Being able to act intelligently coming from oscillators. Now, you'll be like, what the heck? This is like a scientific study. You're teaching me neurology. No, I'm not teaching you neurology. I'm teaching you life, deep level life miracle experiences. So why am I telling all these things? So you already know the three things. 1, spindle cells. 2, mirror neurons. 3, oscillators. Why is it so important? The importance is, if you are spending time with the people who have low energy, low emotion, low drive, low ambition in their life, you are becoming like them. Literally, neurologically, your brain is connected to their brain enough that your spindle cells are feeling what they are feeling. It's understand what it feels. And your mirror neurons are picking up their emotions, their drives, their fears, their whatever they have, their insecurities and whatever vulnerabilities, and then your oscillators are acting in consistence with what you think you should do. And what happens is, I'm too excited, I'm spilling stuff all over. The bottom line is, the people that you spend time with are changing your brain. One more time, the people that you spend time with, their brain is synced with your brain. You have seen a school of fish or a group of birds flying. What is so common about them? They have a collective brain. Just like that, we humans have collective brain too. Those collective brains is what we use to help and move to the next level. So that is why you must understand the power of proximity. So this is how proximity works. With proximity, you believe what other person believes. You say what the other person say. And you have the vocabulary of the person that you are spending time with. And when you adapt this vocabulary, and you pick up the word from them, when you believe what you believe, when you think what they think, you're borrowing their thinking. You don't even have a thought. You think you have a thought, but your thoughts are being taught by other people, the people around you, the beliefs that they have. What do they value? What do they believe? What do they stand for? What are the words that they use? They feel like we have poverty, and then we stay here. We feel that we are unhealthy, then you stay unhealthy. If you feel like you're spiritually deprived, then you feel spiritually deprived. If you feel like I don't have energy all the time, anytime, you'll stay low energy. Do you see what is happening? That is why most of the people, even if they want to succeed, even if they want to move to the next level, even if they want to do everything they want to do, they're not succeeding. Why? Because wrong proximity. If you want to succeed and move to the next level, create super tribe. How do you create super tribe? Find the best person that you know in the field that you want to grow. You want to make money? Find the person who has the most amount of money that you know personally. Find another person who has the most amount of money. Connect them. Now you become a part of a super tribe, because they think you introduce them. All of a sudden, you created a super tribe. What's a super tribe? Super tribe is a tribe that will get you into a virtuous cycle. What is a virtuous cycle? Virtuous cycle is where you have a new vocabulary, a powerful vocabulary. Your spindle cells is picking up higher emotion from them. And then your mirror neuron is accelerating and amplifying and synergizing and move your emotion, your confidence, your power, your certainty to the next level. And you're using your oscillators to act even more powerfully, and then create not a vicious cycle, but a virtuous cycle that will help you to move forward and higher until you reach your higher destination. So that's why the third point is to create a proximity by payment. So what I do is I spend a lot of money. I pay money for proximity. Why? Because this is only the biggest investment in my life, is to pay for proximity. What does that mean? It means there is a classic example from my friend's friend, Joe Polish. Joe Polish is a really famous person in US, and he has succeeded in building so many businesses all over the world. In early stages of his business, he heard that Richard Branson, I learned about it from Joe Polish, is that he found Richard Branson was doing a charity somewhere in his island. He said, I don't know, 10,000 or some small amount, $10,000 to $15,000 or $25,000. He could spend 1 week or a few days with Richard Branson. He said, you know what? I'm paying that money. I'm going there and spending time. And him, Joe Polish, and Richard Branson has been friends ever since. Pay for proximity. You get a chance to pay for proximity? Pay for proximity. Because with proximity, you're getting a higher level of thinking, higher order of thinking. higher order of thinking, which means your spindle cells are adapting, like thinking from these people. You're just downloading it from them, right? Just like that. And in addition to that, your mirror neurons are picking their emotions. They're feeling confident. They are feeling clear. They have like highest level of achievement, drive, and ambition. You pick that and mirror that. Use your oscillators to take action and even more action and even more action until you succeed. So the three things are: one, understand that there is a spindle cells, mirror neuron, and oscillator that is wiring and connecting your brain with the people that you're spending time with. Second thing is, connect the two people that you consider to be role models in whatever you want to achieve. Connect them together, and all of a sudden you have a super tribe. And the third thing is, pay for proximity. I'll see you in another video with a fascinating topic that could change your business and grow it to the next level. Talk to you next time.